So let's continue our discussion with the next pronunciation pattern, combination AI and EI. When I say this in English, right? AI and EI. This is pronounced as, and it is basically like aeroplane, A sound, okay? Which we have in the exograv and all those things. A, ballet. What does it mean? It means Aam Aadmi Party. Do you know Aam Aadmi Party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the broom. Jhadu, chalegi jhadu. Okay. The pattern here that we are focusing on is AI. Now the sound is ballet, which is broom. Okay. How about this one? Akshata.
Laneige, it is snow.
Correct. Do you have snow there?
Yeah, it's too much. It's Pennsylvania.
Laneige. Okay, which means snow. Again, the pattern here, Akshata, is this thing.
A.
La reine, which means, can you guess?
No idea.
Queen. Now, can you pronounce this word?
Plaisir.
You have to pronounce the last R. So, plaisir.
Plaisir.
And now you were fantastic in the sense that you spotted that the S is between two vowels. So you
Yes.
changed the sound. Fantastic. Great work. Can you guess the meaning of this word?
Pleasure.
How about, you remember guys, I had interview with you all before the program commencement and I said, c'est un plaisir parler avec vous.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's not anymore.
Got it.
joke tha Atif bhai. Okay.
Danda hai danda.
Okay, sete. It was past tense. We're gonna learn past tense. Okay. How about this? Atif, now that you are there. How about this one?
La laine.
Wool, like a woolen material, wool. Okay. I think Akshata needs this la laine.
La pen. Pain? I don't know.
It is correct. Fantastic. 100 out of 100. Done. You can give the exam now, tomorrow. Now, there's one disclaimer. I want to put it here. If we have this AI and EI, we say A, right? But beware of certain words that we are going to study later. If the pattern, there's another pattern like this, okay? When there's a combination of AIN, EIN, the sound changes here. The sound changes to nasal A, okay? Now, then you would say, yeah, but we already had it here, AIN, EIN. Why didn't we say ah? Why did we stick with A sound? That is because,
There is a E afterwards.
yeah, so basically, N fell in love with O, right? So they eloped together. So this pattern got broken. They could not form this syndicate because these two eloped together. They fell in love. Okay, so that's why here it's like AI, EI, and this is a separate combination. No. Cool. It takes time because these are similar patterns, right? I mean, we have one pattern for this, we have for this, we have for this. So yeah, the patterns are pretty, the combinations are pretty similar and they have different sounds. So it takes some time. So just don't be very critical of yourself in the beginning. Okay, Samir?
Oui.
Pattern number 9 is okay. There are 4 candidates which have a similar sound here. So I'm going to write them all down first. Okay. So these 4 combinations are pronounced as, first I'm going to write it in Devanagari and I'm going to write them in the English. So it's on, a little nasal, on. For example, if in English we have to say a word song, now the thing is that if you could for a moment ignore the hard G sometimes you pronounce. So if you look at the sound of this two in English, not in French. So that sound, song.
Okay.
Let's take some examples and that will make it easier, I guess. Samir, how would you pronounce this?
Khont.
Yeah, now look at this. I'm marking the pattern. Thont, which means 30, right? How about this one?
Saw.
Oh, Urdu wala nahi, French wala.
Now saw with a bit nasal. Saw.
Yeah, song, which means 100. But this is infinitive form of the verb. Could you pronounce this? I'm going to mark the pattern for you.
Manthir.
Yes, correct. Mentir, right? Mentir, which means to lie. By the way, in Spanish, if some of you get disillusioned with Canada, we can always go to Mexico together. So we have a verb in Spanish. This means, it means to lie. It's the same exact spelling, isn't it? Same exact meaning. But this pronunciation is mentir. And then we say R, like R, mentir, okay, which means to lie. So what I'm saying is that, and why I'm giving this example is, like you guys have now struggling with these patterns because you are coming from English and you are not used to reading this alphabets or reading the combination of these alphabets in such manner, in such manner. I had a similar problem because I was practicing Spanish for a couple of years, 3 years to be honest, and this was mentir for me. So to go from the same spelling, same meaning, but different sound was also a struggle for me. Okay. So I understand that it will take some time for you to think about your brain as some kind of computer. Okay. And you have already wired your computer to one software or hardware, whatever it is. Now you are kind of breaking those connections and forming new connections. These are connections, not here. So it's like rewiring your brain to a new language. So it takes time. That is the reason why, people cannot do this in 3 months, even if they study like 15 hours a day. It takes time.
Le vent.
What does it mean?
Wind.
It means wind. Correct. So we have two examples of the similar pattern here. One is this one and this one. Both are covered, right? So can you try again?
Pendant.
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 Nasal on, a little bit nasal on. Pendant.
Pendant.
Yeah, that means during. This word means during. Okay. Now, how about this thing? Mahina.
La plante.
Could you guess the meaning?
Plant.
Fantastic. Good. Can you pronounce this for us?
Enchanté.
Ah, wow, fantastic.
That's from
Chloe.
Emily in Paris. So I have heard this.
Yeah. Chloe, wasn't it nice? Her pronunciation?
It was perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Merci.
Yeah, so this is, would you know the meaning of this thing now that you have seen Emily in Paris?
Nice to see you. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
yes. It's kind of like derived from similar to English word enchanted, isn't it? And in fact, we have in Spanish, we also have encantado, which means the same thing. Nice to meet you. Encantado. That's what I said when I met Chloe. Encantado. So yeah, all these languages are similar in a lot of ways. Let's take some examples of EM, the most shy person in the class. Probably Babu. Can you pronounce this for us? It's a verb.
Brass.
Okay, so the verb, because this is a verb, right? And I know we have not studied verbs yet, so don't worry about it. We'll get there. So this is a verb in the infinitive form. So when it happens like that, we say this last er. So embrasser. Embrasser, okay, which means to kiss. Embrasser. So it will be little bit of M sound will be there, right? Instead of nasal thing, it will be embrasser, okay? Not like a embrasser. Like we will not stop at M, but little bit of hint of it. Correct, Samir?
Slight confusion. Are you saying "ek" towards the end, or are you skipping it? It's embrasser, so "ek" is missed.
Is there, but it's soft. Embrasser.
Okay, soft. Okay, embrasser.
Yeah, no, don't say that. What you just said, ser, like
Okay,
that is.
embrasser.
छोड़ दो उसको.
Okay,
Let it
okay.
go. Let it go.
Okay.
Let it dissolve itself in the air, thin air. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Don't worry about it. We'll study a lot of verbs in infinitive form, so it will be a second nature within no time. Okay.
Sure.
So because we have not studied verbs, I'm not going very hard right now on these things because we will study verbs. So let's talk about AM. How about this one?
La chambre.
La chambre. We need to pronounce this R. La chambre.
La chambre.
Okay. I'm going to imagine that you said that. Could you guess the meaning of this thing?
Chamber.
Yes, it could mean chamber, but usually it means bedroom or room also. Can you hear a little bit of air when I said it? La chambre.
Yes.
Could you go for this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ensemble.
Ensemble. Yeah, you cannot stop at N, like ensemble, right? Ensemble.
Mhm.
Could you guess the meaning?
Together.
Oui, c'est vrai. We can win this, Akshata, together. We can overcome this challenge.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, fantastic. So this was the pattern on, like a little bit of nasal on. Now, so this one is simple. We are going to the simple one. So this is a sh, like sh. We say in English, shut up, sh, right? Shut up. That one, shut up. Soha, you think this is the most used expression by female human beings in India?
Shut up.
Okay,
No, it isn't.
I got my answer.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this, Atif? Could you pronounce this for us?
Sure.
Show, which means
Hot.
hot. Yeah, it's an adjective, hot. How about this one, Pramitha? Could you pronounce this?
Le show. Le shows.
Now, S is between.
Two vowels. Le show.
हाँ?
Le show.
इसका भी mic नहीं चल रहा है क्या? I can't hear, like after show I'm hearing nothing.
Le show. That's not the mic problem. That's my problem.
Oh.
I'm just telling that.
No, you still have to pronounce the S, but because it's between two vowels, it is la chose.
Le shows. Le
Right.
shows. Okay, yeah.
Right. It's not sir, it's shows, like pleasure.
Okay.
We talked about this, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Samir, could you try this?
Lashos.
करेक्ट थोड़ा सा बहुत तुमने एकदम ही उसको मतलब थूक ही दिया बट लशोस ठीक है cool could you guess the meaning Pramitha of this thing
No, I don't have any idea.
thing like we say this thing something right lashos
Okay.
like thing how about we studied this one Aishwarya could you pronounce this for us Aishwarya
She.
yeah which means
It's a preposition for my at.
at yeah at my place right chez moi okay how about this one am I not involving somebody Kiran we have one more person Sanish who has joined late and let me look at the list one more time so we have Samir Pramitha has spoken Nusrat has Mahina has spoken Kiran has spoken Babu, Atif, Akshara, Aishwarya. So everybody has spoken. Okay, Kiran, can you pronounce this one?
Shah.
Sheikh,
Sheikh.
which means
No
dear.
Arab Sheikh.
Yes, it means dear, or it can also means expensive. It's an adjective. See, this is nice, like our Hindi. Mera sher beta, sher beta. We say that, right? So how we say that? Do we say that here?
I don't think I've heard that, but okay.
Really? ऐसा we say our kids like मेरा शेर बेटा है घबराएगा नहीं yeah, but that's different. You're right.
Yeah.
I will edit it from the recording. Merci.
No, keep it.
You want me to make complete fool of myself, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's the spirit. Okay, so cher. Again, we pronounce the air here, cher, which means dear or expensive. Okay, this is simple, right? CH, sure.
Dear.
Yeah, that was like, yeah. Okay, but cool. I'll take what I'm getting. Moving on, next pattern. Pattern numero, that is numero, that is Spanish. 11, pattern number 11. This one is little tricky. This combination of letters is pronounced as, I'm going to try and write that in Devanagari, which is much more, easy to read. And then I'm going to try that. Imagine niño, like, yeah, imagine like, yeah. Do we have anything similar in English, Soha, you think?
Yeah. You can just write nya, like a, because this is
Mm,
pronounced as nai, like Bill Nye.
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so niño. It's niño. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
give you a very, I think Spanish helps so much in this. We have these words in Spanish. Niño and niña. Do you guys know these are very famous words actually in Spanish? Do you know what this means?
Nope.
Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl.
Right? Niño, niña. So it's the same thing, niño. Okay. Let's take some examples and maybe that will make things easy for us. So let's say la. How about this one? Do you guys who wants to Atif? Can you volunteer for this?
La montaña.
La montaña. Yeah. Could you guess the meaning?
The mountain.
Yes. Mountain. Fantastic. How about this one? Mahina. This is an adjective. Could you pronounce first?
Niño.
Niño. Correct. It means guessing. Cute.
Cute. Okay.
Yeah. But usually this is used for kids, isn't it, Chloe?
What do you mean?
Like this, if I want to say cute, like to an adult, probably I would not say mignon.
You can say in a romantic context.
Ah, nice. Okay. 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 But not in a non-romantic context, right? Okay, cool. Okay. So you're not mignon, Chloe.
Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, for kids, we can say without romantic angle, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Obviously.
Okay. I'm just clarifying, Soha. Okay. People have called me names in past. You know that.
Yeah.
It's like the minions in that cartoon movie.
Yeah, exactement. Oui, c'est vrai. Oui. And this is adjective. So adjectives in French they vary according to gender of the noun. So we have another one, mignon. You have to add extra n and o to make it the female for female nouns, like feminine nouns. Mignon. Okay, cute. How about this one? Akshata. How would you pronounce this one?
La signature.
Very good. It was nice. Yeah.
Signature.
Yes. That wouldn't fetch you more than 2,000 rupees in KBC. Okay. La signature, which means the signature. Okay. So in Spanish, the name of the language is Español, what we call Spanish in Spanish, Español. And if you guys know, maybe you don't know, the name for the language Spanish in French language is this. So it's the same sound, right? If you try to pronounce this, how about this Pramitha? How do you pronounce this?
Español.
Yeah, we do pronounce the L here. You don't skip L.
Español.
Correct. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I was earlier I was complaining about Spanish hindering my French, right? Now I must also tell you that it did help a lot because there are some similarities, especially la partie de grammaire, c'est presque similaire. Okay, so that was pattern number 11, niño. Let's move on to pattern number 12. This pattern, kind of like it's not really a pattern per se, but I'm gonna just take combination of letters which could be tricky to pronounce. So I'm just gonna, and this is where Samir, we come back to your question. We are now coming back to a little bit. So let's start with this one. So this thing, how do you pronounce when you have words like, for example, this, or for example, these are very basic words. I'm sure you guys have come across them if you're using Duolingo. Okay, or for example, this one. So before even we go the pronunciation, I'm gonna try to give you a hint about what do we say. So in Devanagari, this is the thing that is closest to that sound. And in in English, we have something, a verb, throw, right? Throw. So look at this part, throw, throw. So it's definitely not like, don't try to make it, I mean, I would say don't make it throw, like trua or tre or trop, right? I mean, that will be Spanish, trop or tre or trua, okay? And the closest you can go to the ideal sound is throw, trua, tre, throw, okay? It's not exactly that thing, but it's similar to that. Isn't it, Chloe?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So can you, Chloe, could you read these words for us? So that will give us even more idea what's the exact sound.
Oui. Trois, très, trop.
Yeah, I mean, that's the that's the native sound. So it's going to be tough for us to get that 100% correct. But I think, this is close, this thing, close. Oh, okay. Can we try, Atif, maybe?
Trois,
Mm,
très,
mm,
trop.
Okay. The meanings are three, very, and too much. Okay. Trois, très, trop. Okay. Now, second one. Second is TH. Good news about TH is that you just treat it as this. Just kind of ignore the sound of any impact of H or ash. So just take it as T. For example, if I take some examples like, I'll write some examples. And how about, okay. How about, can you, Mahina, can you tell me the pronunciation of this?
Latte.
Can you guess the meaning?
Tea.
Correct.
Tea. Yeah.
Fantastic. How about Kiran? Can you try this one? La théorie. How about this, Samir?
La therapy. Therapy.
Tehapi. Tehapi.
Therapy.
So this
Therapy.
is, which means therapy. Therapy. Nice. Cool. So basically, the thing to learn here is that if you have TH combination, ignore the ash. Just call it as pronounce it as the Spanish, the French latte, latte hori, latte happy. Cool. So let's move on to this one, this combination. Now, this is again, if I have to write it in, Devanagari, it would be something like this. And I know that a lot of people cannot read this. So I'm gonna give you, how about this one? Do you know this sound? Christmas, Christmas, right? So this thing, the first three, Christmas. So it's similar, kr. So let me take an example. How about this one? Do you guys know this? Anyone?
Crayon, pencil.
No, it is the name of the language, Creole. Do you know this? There's a language, Creole.
It's a dialect.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Are you sure? Can I open the Wikipedia?
Wikipedia, no, but any other reliable page, yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Wikipedia, no, but Sohapedia, yes.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay, Creole. So Creole. How about this? Another word. So it's a language, but it's something.
It's
Okay.
just like how Hindi is a dialect of Sanskrit, like that.
All right. Just like I am a direct, I am a, I'm a tissue of an animal. Okay, cool. Let's move on. How about this one? Who can do it? Nusrat, can you try this? Nusrat?
Crayons.
Ah, fantastic. It means belief, right? And I'm gonna mess up the spelling of belief. I'm hoping this is right, but it's
No,
not.
no.
Okay. Okay. So everybody has some problem areas. I have this one. Okay. Belief. La crayons. Crayons is the belief. Okay. So you guys are okay with this now? Is this helpful? Christmas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just don't make it like a Chris, like a cr, like la crayons. Like that's like Creole. Are you getting my point? That tilts towards the Spanish thing, like hard R or hard R. Okay? Alright. Okay. Next, last P R. Okay, this combination. So yeah, so we have this in Devanagari. Okay, fr. And for example, we have this word in English, frame, right? Now it's a little bit, we put it very hard, like frame, but if you can soften the air here, frame, right? So that will be the closest, I would say. Let's take some example. For example, this word.
La pression. Is it an SION at the end?
So we are not studied this pattern. That's the next actually. So I'll give
La
it to you.
pression.
Pression, yeah, la pression, which means
La
pressure.
pression.
La pression, okay. How about this one? It's quite useful one. Samir, can you try this?
Fresque.
You don't have to, stretch the curve that much. Fresque,
Fresque. Okay.
almost.